What's up, guys? It's Joe with Tanto Daily, and this here is the Ozark Trail unnamed fixed blade. So this is a Tanto version with rubberized grips, some red anodized hardware, maybe painted hardware, can't tell. Um, but this was one that I showed off a little bit ago. That was an early Christmas gift for my wife. This is one of the $7 fixed blades from Ozark Trail at Walmart, and I really talked about how much I like this knife because the grip of it feels great. The handles honestly are really good. It's a perfect size handle for me. And I love the Tanto edge on it. I love the all black with the red hardware. And honestly, it just looks like a really cool knife. And I've kept this in my car as a fixed blade to carry in my car. And I haven't gotten to use it a whole lot, but I said I wanted to do some cutting, basically show you guys how it can cut. Wanted to do a little bit of that. So I'm not going to do anything as crazy as I did with my other Ozark Trail knives. If you want to check out that video, they came in a 3-pack last Christmas, and I'll go ahead and link that video to this one. Not going to do the same tip destruction, essentially, because I have a feeling this is made out of the same steel as those knives, and I really like this knife and want to keep it, whole. So not going to do anything too crazy with it because I know for a $7 knife from Walmart, the steel is not going to be super awesome. But can still be a very usable, very practical knife for a lot of applications. So I'm just going to cut up some cardboard, some paracord, and maybe grab something to carve up real quick. But wanted to do some cutting. Wow, I'm blanking out again. I feel like I do that a lot. Basically wanted to do some cutting tests with this. So we'll go ahead and start with some paracord. And I have not used this, like I said, for really anything yet. Haven't cut a whole lot other than a couple of packages, and that's about it. So this is fresh from Walmart and factory etch, and it cuts through pretty good. Not bad on the cutting through this. Well, it's also kind of hard to get, I'll give it that, but for a $7 knife, really not too bad. I mean, it might struggle a little bit, but that could also be me. But honestly, again, $7, and I know what kind of steel it is, and it's maybe not the best steel, but it's cutting through just fine how it needs to. So let's check the tip on it. I mean, that cuts through it pretty solid, so. And like I said, that Tanto edge on there is super cool, and I really like it a lot. And honestly, it's doing the job. I mean, it's definitely tough pulling through, so it could definitely use an edge, but I mean, a little bit of a touch up, but it's really not too bad. I mean, that cut through everything pretty well. Let me go see if I can find something to carve up real quick, and then we'll put it to that test and go from there and do a little quick post-cutting test review. So 1 second. All right, here we go. So let's see how well this carves up. Might do well, might not. I mean, it's definitely tough. But then again, this isn't the best wood either. And now I'm breaking my boards apart. Let's see. Try to notch it in there a little bit. Granted, this is just a part of a broken branch I found sitting out in my yard. So, I mean, I wouldn't do any woodworking with it or bushcrafting with it, but it's cutting into it a little bit. So, not too shabby. Again, for a $7 knife. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be something that I would carry with me in a survival situation, but it is a knife. It is sharp enough to do the job. Definitely could use a better edge, like I said, but based off the steel, I mean, it's still cutting pretty good through the cardboard here, so that's always a good sign. Try not to cut myself. Yeah, definitely rough. So I'm definitely gonna, touch up the edge as best as I can. Could be partially user error too, because that's still cutting great. But I mean, I gotta give it to Walmart and Ozark Trail again for a $7 knife. I think it's got a great handle on it. I love the Tanto look of it and the all black, like I mentioned. Um, and it cuts through what I needed to cut through. Like I said, this would not be my first go-to camping or survival knife by any means, but just to have a fixed blade to carry around and keep in my car, like I mentioned, it cuts what it needs to and does the job. So if I'm cutting open packages or breaking down some cardboard from some other packages and boxes or gifts or whatever coming in, it'll definitely do the job. I'm not carving a spear out of anything for sure, but this is a great $7 knife. Might even throw a lanyard on there just because I've been doing that with a lot of my knives. But overall, sharpness, we'll say a 5 out of 10. It cut through cardboard like it needed to if you're breaking down boxes. The overall grip and feel of it, I would definitely, honestly, I'd give it a solid 7. It's very thin, and the handle is very thin. Blade is, I mean, I don't have anything to really measure that with, but you can tell it's not a thick, stocky, hunky camping knife. But it is a great knife for $7 for the materials that you get. Sure, some kind of cheap stainless steel, but a cool looking Tanto edge, uh, coated and black rubberized grips. This thing is pretty sweet, and so I still like this knife. Not going to be a go-to carry knife, like I mentioned, for pretty much anything outdoor, unless you can put a good edge on it. But then you're going to be sharpening it up a lot. Um, but would I recommend this? Absolutely. This is not going to hurt you to spend $7 to throw into your collection as a backup fixed blade or even just something to mess around with. So, really like this knife for what it is and for how much it costs. And I would definitely recommend picking one up if you want to have a cheap little fixed blade to have around the house, around the car, in the shed, wherever. I might even put it out there and use it as my yard knife whenever I'm out working in the yard. So definitely pick one up. They got a couple other fixed blade options, and this thing is, again, pretty cool for a $7 knife. So that's all I've got for you today on this one. Go check out the Ozark Trail fixed blade selection. They've got some pretty cool stuff, and I will see you in the next one.